So her quest for answers has left Jim and her sister Ashley heartbroken. Have you ever met him, Jim?
No, I have not.
Never met him. Everybody, here's Donald. Nice to meet you, Donald. Okay. Donald, this is Jim. Jim, this is Donald. Meanwhile, you're frustrated, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why?
I couldn't find to know she was mine. You know, I had a kid out there. I could have been a father to her. I never got a chance to be a father to her.
Now, I'm being looked at like I'm the bad guy because it's taken this long.
In all reality, you should have stepped up and been like, okay, let me go get this DNA test done.
This was just 6 years ago, right? You didn't know anything about it. By the way, did you know her mother?
I met her mother one time, and we went out one day, and that was it. It was a one-night thing.
You didn't know about this other fella?
As far as I knew, she didn't have no fella.
What happens if I open up this envelope and prove to you that you're her father? What's going to happen?
I guess I'll be a father and thankful to him for doing such a good job.
You think, Donald, do you think Rachel looks like you?
Not really.
Have you spent much time with her?
She asked me to take her a couple places a couple times, but that's about it.
Like I said, I came to him about the situation, and it was just, well, you look like my daughter, so you're my daughter. And that's not enough for me.
Well, guess what? I have the In the case of 31-year-old Rachel, Donald, you are not the father. And in the case of 31-year-old Rachel, Jim, you are the father. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay?
Sorry.
Everybody okay?
Thank you.
That's it, right?
Yeah, thank
All right.
you. I'm so sorry, Dad.
Shan's mother died when she was 4.
I needed him at the time. I needed somebody, anybody.
Now it's 30 years later.
Where you been?
And she's about to find out if she's old. And by the way, her grandparents gave her a great life, all right? So, for the first 13 years of her life, Shan did not know anything about her biological father. So then when she's 13, one day at a carnival, a man named Daniel approached her and revealed that he could be her dad. But now, more than 20 years after that first meeting, Shan is furious that this DNA mystery still has not been solved. This is her story.
Do you know what it feels like to not ever know who your father is growing up? It made me feel unwanted. I felt like I wasn't good enough. When I was 25 years old, my best friend Josephine, she told me Daniel was looking for me. I was shocked. I said, who? Where the hell had this man been my entire life? I wanted answers. So yes, I decided to meet Daniel. And when I did, I was adamant that we do a DNA test. And he promised me that we would. That was 10 years ago. Why has he never stepped up to the plate? Why the hell did it take him so long to do this DNA test? I deserve to know who my father is once and for all.
Over 30 years you've been waiting for this.
Yes, been a long journey.
This is the day.
Yep, it's today.
So we have to know the timeline. Do you remember that day when you were 13 when this man comes up at the carnival and tells you that I could be your biological father?
Yes, he approached me at a Martin Luther King carnival. I was having fun with my friends being a normal 13-year-old, and this guy who I do not know pops out of nowhere and says, do you know me? No, who are you? I'm your dad. Okay, so where have you been? 13 years already. Where you been? And after that, I don't hear from him again until I'm 25.
So did you let it slide?
At the time, my family, you know, my grandparents, they raised me, and they were just kind of like, we take care of you. We don't care. If they want to be in your life, they'll come. And nobody came. Nobody came. so my grandparents stepped up and did what they needed to do.
Your mom died when you were 4. Your
Yes.
mom, Natalie.
Yes.
Okay.
My mom died giving birth to my little sister. I was 4. It was the week of my birthday. And that void just being, grandparents are good, but it's nothing like a mom. And then on top of that, if I didn't have my mom, I needed my dad. You know?
So now,
I needed him.
fast forward now, you're 25, right?
Yeah, 25.
And you have a great friend named Josephine, right?
Yes, an
Okay.
awesome friend.
Right. So, and by the way, while you were growing up, Daniel did not, he didn't live in the next county, right?
Lived 2 blocks away. 2 blocks away.
So when you're 25, Daniel reached out to your best friend, Josephine, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What was going on, by the way, in your life at 25?
It was a terrible time. I got married at a young age. I was a widow. My grandmother died earlier that year. My husband died a couple months later, so it was a hard year. And I needed him at the time. I needed somebody, anybody, you know?
So Josephine.
I had Josephine, she was there, thank God.
So Josephine, Daniel first contacted you. What was your reaction to that?
I was surprised, Maury. We've been friends for over 20-something years. I've never heard of this man, never seen him.
Right.
I've always known my friend to be without a dad.
Did you believe him?
I didn't know what to believe,
Right.
but I knew how she had been longing and that she needed somebody at that time. So at first I was hesitant but to come to her and tell her because I'm her protector. I'm her, her support system. Nobody's going to hurt her or come to her life. So I was hesitant, but I told her about him.
Right.
I told her about him, and she wanted to reach out and try to connect.
Okay, so you did, right?
She told me. I was just like, at first I was kind of hesitant, but I said, okay, we can do it, we can meet. I'll give him a chance. I met up with him, and he promised me a DNA test. Nothing.
Nothing.
34 years later.
Josephine, why do you think he stalled on the DNA test?
I don't know. His reasons, Maury, is he was young, he was dumb. Like the old saying goes, mama's babies, daddy's maybes. You know, if you lay down and you made that baby, you should have been there. When her mother died, you should have been there. You should have been the first one.
So you have questions. You have questions that you would like to ask Daniel, too.
I want to know.
What do you want to know?
I want to know, where have you been? If you thought you were her father, if you thought you were her father. Because we don't know. We don't know. We're kids at the time. If you thought you were her father, you should have been there. A father is constant. A father is there. A father is...
So, Shan, how did you feel about that meeting 10 years ago, the first meeting?
Like I said at first, I just didn't want to get attached to him because I don't know. My mom is not here to tell me. I didn't want to get attached until I knew, so I wanted a DNA test. Right. He promised me he was going to get me one, and he has yet to do so.
Do you see
I have
each
not
other?
had a test.
Do you see each other?
Yes, he's in and out. He has a bond with my kids, but me and him are I'm a little standoffish because I don't know. I just want to know.
Because some of your family members apparently have some concerns as to why Daniel even came forward to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Your family has some concerns about that.
Yeah, they do.
We're going to answer all those questions with a test. You've met Daniel. I'm sure you look at him. I'm sure you look at his face. Do you all think that do you think you look alike?
My cheekbones, my nose.
Daniel has a lot of excuses as to why he never came forward in his last 10 years to get that DNA test, but we're going to hear from him now. Everybody, here's Daniel. Wait a minute. Daniel, you think that you look like that young woman?
I think we somewhat favor.
Let's go way back, before Shan was born. Her mother's pregnant. Do you think you're the father?
When her mom first came to me, I told her mom that, you know, I'm not the baby daddy.
So you were sure you weren't at that time. Then why, 13 years later, at a carnival, would you walk up to her?
Exactly. Yeah, what took so long?
Well, after growing up, I was a child. I was young, too. So, you know, when we're young, we think young. And I didn't want to take the responsibility.